Yeah. Sige.
Yeah. Okay, so basta na lang dahan-dahanin lang natin magkwento and let's see kung anong sasabihin ng audiences natin. What about at your end? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, it's very clear, sir.
Okay.
Sa end
May
mo. Yep.
Yeah, kasi medyo malakas ang ulan eh. Nag-aalala ako baka na pipick up ng microphone. Anyway, it's going to
Mm.
be your story that we are going to listen to. Are you ready to
Mm.
Are you ready to share your story tonight?
Yes, sir.
Matanong ko nga, why did you choose 6:30 to be your schedule?
We just came home from my daughter's activity in school. So, foundation day nila.
Ah, wow. That's so nice. Yan di ba sometimes we take for granted the perks that is offered to us, just like being able to attend our children's special events. Maraming mga parents na hindi nila nagagawa yan. And
Oo.
pag minsan nakakalimutan natin na these are the special things that we actually receive as freelancers. So
Yep.
if you're working on a tight schedule, baka hindi ka papayagan na mag-attend ng foundation day ng school ng ng
Oo.
anak nyo. Yeah, that's
Yep.
one of the very good perks of doing this freelancing. Kumusta ang scheduling mo? How much do you work in a week?
Um, I think 16 hours, sir. And then yeah, I think the thing is yung isang client is maybe I'll just say na mga 7 a.m. yung schedule.
Mm.
So I will just say 7 a.m. onwards para kasi just in case if one of my colleagues will be here on the video or hindi niya malaman na I have other like
Yeah.
so
You don't need to disclose. You don't need to disclose
yeah.
anything that you don't want to disclose. That's okay.
Yep.
Pag reveal mo lang kung anong gusto mo i-reveal. Okay, so that is
Sure.
fine. Ladies and gentlemen, tignan ninyo, when it comes to freelancing, you have absolute control on the information that you spread as well. Katulad ko, I usually tell people that I'm just a video editor, but I also do a lot of things aside from video editing. And it's up to you kung sasabihin ninyo o hindi. Sa akin talaga, just to avoid many more questions, I just simply say that I'm a video editor. Ganyan din. And if you
Yeah.
if you happen to have clients na pinasign kayo ng NDA, usually talaga hindi niyo sasabihin.
Mm.
It's not even appropriate to say, "Oh, I have a client but I signed NDA." Yeah, it's not even appropriate to say that kasi you're already telling people that you already have a client na ganun
Yeah.
nga nakasign ng NDA. So those are some etiquette that we just need to practice, ladies and gentlemen. Pero yun nga, yan ang kagandahan ng freelancing kasi you have absolute control. It's up to you to spread the information you want to o hindi. Kasi marami sa atin itong
Mm.
mga katulad ko na ayaw kong pinapakita sa neighborhood na na nagtatrabaho ako.
Mm.
Ayoko nakikita nila kasi ayoko yung masyadong maraming tanong, masyadong maraming chismis kasi usually chismis naman yan kapag pagsasabi mo na, "Oh, I work online." Automatic
Yeah.
marami na silang sasabihin diyan. So I just hush lang ako. Hindi I don't spread here in my neighborhood. I don't spread the word na sinasabi ko I'm a video editing freelancer. Ganyan.
Yeah. That's
Siyempre, if you work in a certain company, it's either may uniform kayo or may ID kayo, malalaman nila kung saan kayo nagtatrabaho. And if you're the kind of person who just want to keep information to yourself, private kayong tao, ayan, it's a very huge disadvantage if you work offline. So,
that's
there
right.
you go.
Yeah.
Yan ang maraming mga perks ang freelancing, ladies and gentlemen, that we usually take for granted kasi tingin natin parang napakasimpleng bagay, but it's actually kung wala sa atin because we work offline, well, it's something that matters. It's something that we think
Yeah.
we wish to have. So, yun, tignan ninyo, ladies and gentlemen. Once you step into freelancing, you gotta appreciate even the small perks that you get out of it. Let me just greet
That's right.
our early birds here. We got Rix Hermino. Hello po. Happy Wednesday. Oh, I like that.
That's my friend.
Wednesday.
Hi, Rix.
Ayan. Hi, Rix. Shout out to you. I love that.
Bro.
Wednesday. Yeah, Mahar Pedral is here with us as well. Good afternoon din. Shared na agad. Jocelyn T. Cultura. Wow, good evening, Sir Phoenix and guest. Yes, we got Jefferson Balorio here. Carmi is here with us as well as always. Yeah, maraming salamat, Carmi. I owe a lot to you actually, Carmi. Ilang beses kong pinapahirapan si Carmi hindi siya hindi siya pumapalag, hindi siya umaangal. Mary Jane Cooper is here with us as well. And she
Let me
Burgos
see.
Basinilio. Good evening po. Watching from Compostela, Davao de Oro. Shout out po. Okay. There you go. And Bernie Soto is here with us as well. Shout out to bro
My
Jefferson
friend.
Dow.
Yeah, that's my friend,
Very
man.
nice. Oh, dinala ni
Hi,
Jefferson
bro.
ang angkan niya, ha? Very good. I like that. Franco Heramis. Good evening po. Rodemir Manaba. Hello po, kuya. Shout out daw kay kuya. And
Yeah, that's
also,
my dev friend.
aba talagang
Nearly
ang
trained them. Hi, Rod.
buong angkan na. Ayan. Hi, Rodemir. Also, Paul John Martinez
My right
Batigas.
hand
Hello
dev.
po. Ayan. Butte Badrina is here with us as well from Cebu. Hello po.
Mm.
Okay. Shout out to each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your support. Buti naman at nandito kayo because if it's not for you guys na nagko-comment dito, attending here, listen, watching us here, well, it would have been boring. Life would have been boring, ladies and gentlemen. So eto, sisimulan na natin. Let us formally start para makapagkwento na agad si Jefferson. Good evening,
Yeah.
everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Just Success, where we get to bring people to talk about his life, his career, and his success story in freelancing. Tonight, we got Mr. Jefferson Balorio to talk about him being a former BPO employee, turning out to web dev and design to solve debt problems. Ayan! Sino sa inyo itong mga may
Yeah.
utang? Sino sa inyo itong mga may utang? Hindi lang utang na literal na basta inutang nyo lang sa tindahan na yung mga may credit scores dyan na hindi na mabayaran. Ayan,
Tama.
sino sa inyo itong mga lubog or sino sa inyo itong mga balak mangutang dahil, kailangan talaga natin ng pera, inflation and everything. Ayan, Jocelyn sabi, me! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got to own our debt. Kasi alam nyo, yung debt na yan, sa totoo lang it's quite a good sign if you had a debt, if you are working on it. It pushes you, it inspires you to, free yourself from it. Kaya pag minsan, yung sasabihin nilang negative ang it's bad to be in debt. Para sa akin,
Yeah.
if you use that as the catalyst for you to rise up, then having debt is actually good. It's good. Para magsipag tayo. So there you go.
Mm.
One way of solving this problem, because being in debt is a problem, kahit sinabi ko na medyo okay ang may utang. One way of paying our debt is through freelancing. And here we are with Mr. Jefferson Balorio here to talk about his story. To each and everybody, pakikaladkad nga yung mga friends ninyo. Share this interview on your Facebook wall. Tignan natin kung ano ang kwento ni Jefferson. And I hope, ladies and gentlemen, that you get entertained. So let me go to you,
Yeah.
Jefferson. What is your
Yeah.
story?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone, and to all the listeners or viewers. So, yeah. Thank you for introducing myself, Sir Phoenix. And yeah, I'll start first where I really came from. I'm a BSIT undergrad way back 2008. So that was actually the time that there was a recession in the US, and my uncle in the US was the one who sent me to college. But the thing is, his business got affected, so I was forced to stop college, and then the only the only high paying job that I can think of before mga 2008 is BPO or call center. But before I was able to work in a call center, I was Like I wasn't able to get really that fast because I don't have that much skills when it comes to English before. And then yeah, I can really remember the first time that I applied in Aegis People Support in Cebu IT Park. I was the first one who got like of the five applicants, I was the first one who didn't make it. And what's worse is I was the one who's wearing formal attire. The others were just wearing slippers, mga ganun, then
Aray
pajama.
ko.
So it was really painful, but that didn't stop me because after that day, sir, Call Center Academy, shout out to Call Center Academy in Cebu, they contacted me and they offered me scholarship for a month, I think. And yeah, fast forward, we had a good training, and the first job that I got was with CBG or Convergys before. I think they're Concentrics right now. So that's the first stepping stone for me working in BPO as a technical support rep. And what's really interesting for that, sir, is during the process is I failed the final interview, but I was the one who got the highest score for the exam for computer that time. So they decided to give me a chance, so which is good. And yeah, fast forward with Concentrix, I was assigned with um, Time Warner Cable, an ISP in the US. So that's tier two technical support. And after that, like I was really known by my colleagues that I keep on jumping companies. So uh Convergys, Itelicare before, right, I'm not sure what's the company name right now. I went to Itelicare and then Aegis People Support, Teleperformance right now. And then that's actually where I realized that I need to go back to web design or web development because every payday, I think what's left will be just 2,000 pesos per payday. And we have our 1 year old or our newborn daughter by that time, way back 2010. So basically, when I heard that there's an opening for an HTML account where we build email newsletter, I immediately grabbed. And I kind of used that account to learn back coding and then design. So I spent 2 months not realizing that there's really a big slash on my basic pay. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
5,000 slash. So I didn't mind. I need to get that job. So yeah, fast forward, sir, after 2 months, I applied with Ex Libris. It's a company in Cebu. They're Author Solutions right now, a publishing company. So um, I was hired as a web a retention no RTC, a real time Corex. I do web design, graphics design, and since I work at night, I deal with irate authors. So basically, yeah, that that's actually one of the advantage because the fluency with English, and then I was able to like apply those things from working as a customer service representative before. So yun, that's where I really spent like a year learning the basics for web design, graphics design, and development. And then shout out to my mentors there, JC Carvajal, Jarrell, and then Sheila Talio, Millicent, Mark Digamo. If they didn't teach me the basics for web design and development, I wouldn't be here right now. And I'm still in contact with them because I'm really thankful that they trained me way back 2011. So, yep. And we're also collaborating projects right now. So that's my way of saying thank you to them. Yep. And then fast forward, sir, after Author Solutions, I applied for a web specialist in MEPS2. The company before was Survey Sampling International. And then I spent 8 months there from December 2012 up until August 12th, 2013. And then after I resigned, um, August 13th is my first job as a freelancer. So basically, I wasn't able to go back to any corporate job in Cebu. since August 13, 2013 up until now, I'm just working at home. And if I'm not mistaken, I've already worked with several hundreds of clients for different niches. And those are the things that I'm really proud of because again, if you want to apply for a good job before in Cebu, you need to have a BS degree, but I don't have that,
Yes.
right? Plus, you need to provide requirements and BA clearance, etc. So yeah, that's also one of the perks of working at home. As long as you have your portfolio and you're good on selling yourself, there's no problem with that. That's what you need. And then, just not to brag, sir, for all the interviews since 2013 for the jobs that I applied, if I'm not mistaken, it's 8 or 9 out of 10. I'll get the job. So it's really just a matter of oh, I need to get this job. I need to do this. It's really just the mindset, and I believe with that. So, law of attraction and that worked for me. Also, I have a Feng Shui setup at home since 2013, and we're still having that here. I'm not sure with the other people, like they don't really believe with good vibes, but it worked for me. So I just want to share that it works. So that means it's true. But you need to make sure that God should be always on top. Because again, all the skills that I have right now are just borrowed from Him. So yeah, God first, and then the other good vibes, and then your way of making sure that you'll be able to provide good service with your clients. So yeah, that's actually the shortcut for when for my journey from BPO to freelancing, sir. And if I can really write from scratch that time, I can really send that to MMK. That's what my friend told me. He really knows where I came from, like all the struggles I had, all the debts, and then knowing that you wouldn't be like you're about to cry or feel depressed because it's payday, and then you just have your money for a few minutes and then it's gone in the wind, as they say. So uh, working freelance really helped me a lot, Sir Phoenix, and just by this year, I'm proud to say that I have wins. Like I was able to get my first car for the family. Yeah, and then I was able to not buy. This is what where it comes like utang. I'm really all the things that we have here, sir, are for like utang. Even my PC and my client in Australia just gave me funds to buy for graphics card and motherboard to upgrade my PC. And shout out to Glorisa Evangelista, our HR, who made it possible. And yeah, see you tomorrow, Isa. I'll get the new PC setup. So, and then for that, sir, these things that I accomplished or the success that I had wouldn't be possible if it's not with the help of my first employee, my right hand graphic designer. His name is shout out to Paul Vincent Bagasala. He's been with me since 2014, and then fast forward 2017, I hired my second, like my right hand dev right now. His name is Paul John Batuigas, my cousin, first degree cousin. And then as of 2022 right now, yeah, hi Paul. We trained Rodimer Manaba and my little brother Mark Joshua Batwigas to be a designer and developer. So we already have people like J.R. Racho and Sherwin Kong that will be part of the team soon, and Sheila Talio. Like I can mention a lot of names because I have a lot of contacts, but my main priority would be I'm making sure that all the responsibility that I have for my full-time clients will be provided without any issues with schedule conflict. And then the rest will be the side job after working hours with my clients. So that's the one that I mentioned earlier that I think I cannot disclose the others, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure that there's no conflict when it comes to the schedule. So Yeah. And hopefully, Sir Phoenix, today, I mean, this year as well, we will be able to settle our business permit. So we can go ahead and offer our services locally in Cebu. And we will be using sububiyahe.com or Sububiyahe Facebook page as our main channel to serve local clients or businesses in Cebu. So yeah, I think that's just the summary of my journey from a BPO or a call center rep and to what I am now.
Wow. That's a Wow, ang bilis that's quite a story. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes,
sana
sir.
na-pick up ninyo ang kwento ni Jefferson. And he talks about having plenty of experience before even entering freelance.
Yes.
Ito ang parang I wish you ladies and gentlemen would start embracing. Each and every one of you have good experience before you step into freelancing already.
Yep.
Wag niyong sabihin na aapak kayo sa freelancing na wala kayong ka-experience. When it comes to
Mm,
freelancing, yes, wala siguro kayong experience, but when it comes to having skills, communicating with people, and even knowing your
mm,
assets, those you already have, ladies and gentlemen. Just
that's
for
right.
example, a huge example is Jefferson's fluency in English. He was able to use that in his advantage, ladies and gentlemen. Kaya
Yes,
sa
sir.
inyo, kung anong meron sa inyo, yun ang tignan ninyo. This is what I really like with Jefferson's story. He focused on what he is good at. Yun,
Mm,
fluent siya sa English and therefore gagamitin niya. So he is with confidence na mag-night duty, kaharap niya ang mga irate na mga
yeah.
na customers. It
Yeah.
didn't matter because he is able to handle it. Why?
Yes.
Because he looked at what he is strong at. You see, ladies and gentlemen, tignan niyo yung kwento niya, yung flow of kwento niya, ganon. He was always looking at what he is good at. Pati sa web dev, yun talaga ang tinututukan niya. So
Mm,
there, ladies and gentlemen, if I were you, I would take Jefferson as a good example of figuring out what you would do as a freelancer. As a freelancer, napakarami tayong options, and how we could succeed easier is to find out what we are good at. Wag ninyong
yes.
tignan yung ay mahina ako sa English. Tignan niyo si Jefferson again, sabi niya, if you go to corporate, you will need a BS degree,
Degree.
which I do not have. That's what Jefferson said. Also, that is
Mm,
something that he doesn't have, therefore hinayaan niya. Move.
mm,
I don't want that because I don't have that. Yun
yes.
ang sinabi niya. What I have is fluency in English, and that's what I can offer. Yun. Or web
Yes.
development, because that is what I'm good at, or that is what at least I love to learn about.
Yeah.
Ayan, ladies and gentlemen, if you have that kind of attitude, just like Jefferson here, then pretty much it'll be easier for you to succeed and very, very quickly because you already know what you have, what you want, what you are good at, and what you could be paid for. See,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, hindi po mahirap ang freelancing kung tutuusin. If you're trying to figure out what freelancing is, it's not really that difficult. It is pretty simple. What matters is you take a look at yourself and see what you can offer. Just like Jefferson here. See, even
Yes,
this
sir.
is
That's
his
right.
attitude even before he stepped into freelancing. Kaya hindi niya actually kailangan ito mag-aral ng sangkatutak at bumili pa sa divisoria ng self-confidence because he already has it. He already has it.
Yeah.
My question to you, Jefferson, is about your confidence. How in the world did you have that confidence in yourself, knowing your strengths and whatnot, to use it in your employment, whether in BPO or even in freelancing? How were you able
Mm.
to figure out that you are actually worth it?
Yes, sir. To be honest, like way back 2008, before I started with the call center job, I really don't speak that fluent English. I was actually the last person that those on the nesting part that I usually call the SMEs that I need help because I cannot help the customer on the phone because again I have the answer in mind, but it's a matter of how you like conceptualize the word. So it's here, but it's not going out of your mouth. So But as time passes by, Sir Phoenix, like again, I want this, so I read books, watch movies, and that really helps a lot. But sometimes you kind of, if you notice, if you're practicing, you kind of think that, oh, I think I sound gay, but that's how the Americans are,
Yeah.
pronounce or enunciating the words, right? So I did mimic that. So yeah, it wasn't really a an easy path, but I was able to overcome that. And right now, like for my calls with clients, I'm confident that that's one of the things that they mentioned to me, that there were good applicants, but again, they are not getting our jokes, because you need to make sure
Mm-hmm.
you know the culture for every country, US, Australia, and then yeah, if I was able to see the portfolio of the other candidate, it's really good. It's really more than enough compared to my portfolio. But you need to make sure that you can connect with a client, because if you don't have that, that would be an issue later on with the job. So that's actually an advice that really works. It doesn't mean that you need to be really fluent, because if you got hired by the client, as long as he understands what you're trying to say, that's enough.
That is absolutely true. I love that
Mm,
because that is applicable to even winning clients in the world of
yes.
freelancing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is so nice because ladies and gentlemen, no matter how weak you think your English is, kung kaya mong sakayan si client, pasadong
Yeah.
pasado ka. They will love you even more even if they don't understand much of what you are saying. Pag kahit
Yes.
konti lang naiintindihan nila sa'yo, basta kung magkasundo kayo, if you laugh at their jokes, you understand their jokes, you can pwede mong sakayan, it's fine.
Mm,
I'm not saying na makipagbiruan kayo ng todo ha, pero you should know how to deal with people. And this, ladies
yes.
and gentlemen, is something that we already innately have. Tayo mga Pilipino, kahit na introvert man or extrovert man, we are able to communicate with people. We are able to read people. We are able to respond to how people talk to us. Hindi ba? Kahit na
Yeah.
mahiyain tayong tao, marunong pa rin naman tayong makiusap, marunong pa rin
Yeah.
tayong mag-measure up kung ano ang attitude ng kausap natin. So why not use that? Use that as your skill in communicating with your client and for sure you will win. Hayaan nyo na yung mga nasa Google or yung mga nababasa ninyo na mga step 1 dapat ganito kayo, step 2 dapat
Yeah.
nakakurbata kayo. Just look at what happened to Jefferson. Siya na nga itong nakaporma, siya itong nakaformal, yung iba nakachinelas, siya pa itong bagsak sa interview. Siya pa itong bagsak sa application. You see that, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen? Jefferson is quite a perfect example of even what happens online and offline. Yung experience niya offline is really applicable online as well. So you see, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, kung depende talaga sa pakikipag-communicate ninyo sa potential client ninyo. Now,
Mm,
you have to take note of this, ladies and gentlemen, because this is something that is key. If you lose your client, if you didn't win your potential client, it only means that you are not a good fit through communication. Kasi yung
yes.
communication na yon, doon yung makikita kung magkabagayan ba kayo. It is
Mm,
as much as we know, when it comes to our skills, tapos na-assess na yon during your cover letter. Etong
yeah.
interview na ito, usually ang video interview natin sa potential client natin is usually about our personality. So,
Yes.
match ba kayo ng personality? Pag hindi, it is fine. It is nothing against your skill. It is only but a mere mismatch of your personality with the potential client. Yan ang tignan niyo. That is key, ladies and gentlemen. Kung
Yeah.
sinubukan yung makisakay sa client at medyo hindi maganda at hindi kayo na-hire, hindi niyo na-win yung client niyo, it has nothing to
Mm,
do with your skills. Tignan niyo, kaya
yeah.
kasi baka mamaya sasabihin niyo na ay kasi kulang pa ako sa skills, baka mahina pa
Mm,
ako sa ganito ganire. Actually no. It's mostly a mismatch of personality, ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen.
That's
And
right.
this is something that Jefferson has already mastered even before stepping into freelancing kasi nga matindi ang training niya sa BPO. And that, ladies and
Mm.
gentlemen, is also something that I also encourage you to think about. All of your experiences can help you in freelancing. Hindi porket magkaiba ang mundo ng corporate at saka freelancing doesn't mean to say that you have to start from absolute zero. You already have skills. You already have personality. As long as you know who you are as a person, you will
Yeah.
be able to apply all of those in freelancing. I love what Jefferson said here. Now let me segue muna kasi ang daming mga nasabi si Jefferson. But before I start asking many questions, dahil meron ding tanong ang audiences namin, let me just go straight to our reminders para matapos ko ito agad before we
Sure,
start
sir.
chit-chatting with Jefferson. Jefferson, pahinga ka muna saglit. Ano?
Sige,
Okay,
thanks,
next
sir.
week our Flip Chat and Chill episode is going to be about why continuous learning is important for freelancers. Ito na yung sinasabi ko, ladies and gentlemen, na ang progress natin, ang pag-level up natin ay continuous yan. Hindi porket nag-aral kayo, tama na yon, ladies and gentlemen. We need to keep on leveling up. Why? Pasali kayo sa Monday. Monday at 6 p.m., ladies and gentlemen, our Flip Chat and Chill talk is going to be with why continuous learning is important for freelancers. Now, ako na-enjoy ko itong interview na ito kay Jefferson. So I am looking forward to next week on Wednesday with Karshena Pulido. Former store manager finds financial and time freedom as a Facebook ads and chatbot specialist. This is going to be next week, Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Now, ladies and gentlemen, maaga-aga po ang ang year-end sale natin, ladies and gentlemen. Learn how to become a virtual assistant and start earning dollars while working from home. Ladies and gentlemen, may mga discounts na po kami. Nagsimula na ngayon ang discounts namin. Kaya if I were you, ladies and gentlemen, go and grab it. Skills package was 1,990 and now 990 only. Puros mga skills po ang nandito. But if you want us to guide you, we also have our accelerated package. Ito po ang bestseller namin. Formerly priced at 7,990 but now it's 5,990. And of course, we got the complete package here. It used to be 14,990 but now it's 12,990. You get to save 2,000 pesos, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be until December 31. Wag niyong antayin ang December 31. Hindi porket sinabing December 31, aantayin niyo pa. No, if you already have the means to avail for our packages here, go ahead and grab it immediately para masimulan na ninyo. Now, we got some confessions here from Jeba saying, thankful ako sa VA Bootcamp and VAB mates sa guidance sa mga aspiring freelancers and newbies like me. It's all worth it, lalo na sa mga nag-uumpisa ang nagbibuild ng portfolio. Very helpful talaga. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you see here, there's VA Bootcamp and VAB mates, ladies and gentlemen. Pag nakapag-enroll kayo, you will have your mates. So there you go. We got Helen saying, less than 2 months after I enrolled in VA Bootcamp and not even finishing all of the courses, I am blessed to finally land my first ever formal client in Upwork. Congratulations, Helen. Ano pa? We also have Priscilla. After 2 weeks, I was able to land my first Upwork job. Wow, 2 weeks lang ha. I can't contain my happiness. Thank you, VA Bootcamp, for all the learning experience. You are very much welcome and further success to you, Priscilla. Marami pa dyan. See, ladies and gentlemen, but if you are not interested in our packages, we got our individual courses here. Courses at 1,490 are Better English for Online Success and Getting Started with Blogging on, and all the rest of the courses here are priced at 2,990. Go check it out at vabootcamp.ph/shop. Next level freelancing courses is also here. Kapag hindi kayo nag-avail ng complete, meron kayong option para kunin ito. Creating an irrefusable offer, obtaining high-value clients, and starting a freelance agency. You can check it out at vabootcamp.ph/shop. And finally, we have our free courses here. Andito po, nakalista ang mga free courses namin. If you are interested, take a look at vabootcamp.ph/free courses and see kung meron kayo matututunan. But I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you have no idea about becoming a virtual assistant, check ninyo ang virtual assistants na course namin dito. These free courses, ladies and gentlemen, are a big deal actually. Thank you very much for watching. All right. Tapos na yan. Let me go straight to Jefferson kasi medyo maraming tanong eh. Kaya sige na, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions to Jefferson, sige lang, magtanong lang kayo. First is, Marcit, sabi niya, tutorial on how to make your own portfolio. Do you have any like a secret sauce in creating a portfolio, Jefferson?
Yes, sir. You only need to showcase the best works that you have, because it's really not on the quantity, because just sometimes if the client sees, oh, you have a lot of portfolio but I don't like these, so what's really what I can really recommend is at least five or six that you can showcase on your portfolio. And when it comes to portfolio, I think there are free websites that you can create. But for me, what's really ironic, sir, is I built a lot of sites, but I don't have my own site yet for me. So
Yeah.
that I already discussed this with my team, but imagine for how many years we still don't have a finalized layout or website for Pinoy e-commerce builder and designerdevs.com, as well as sububiyahe.com. It's still just coming soon page up until now. So, yep.
That is okay. Take your time. It's your page. It's up to you if you want to just showcase with a bang or start
Yeah.
humble. It really is. It's your style. Kaya it doesn't really matter if you don't have a website yet. What matters is
Mhm.
you're already earning money out of your skills. I'd like
Yep.
to add something to what Jefferson said here. Kasi yun nga, putting up a portfolio. Ano, Marcit Claridades. So thank you very much for that question. Sabi ni Jefferson, you put the best out there. I would like us to emphasize on the best because in many cases when we build our portfolio or if we want to look at our past experiences or what we worked on, we get emotionally attached. We get emotionally attached. Pag minsan, ang tingin natin ay napakaganda because pinaghirapan natin eh, pinagpuyatan
Yeah.
natin, ang dami nating ginawa, ang dami nating sinacrifice, nag-aral ka, na-excite ka. So in your eyes, it may look pretty. But technically, hindi masyado. Hindi masyado.
Mm.
Why? Because we are emotionally invested. So try to check it, ladies and gentlemen. Check your works. Putting up six or seven, 5 to 6 of your works on your portfolio means to say it has to be technically good. It doesn't,
Yeah.
para sa akin, in my opinion, what I could add to that is you have to check your emotions when you are putting up your portfolio because syempre, meron yung iba na we spent months just to build that portfolio. Meron naman
Yeah.
yung iba na it is actually technically correct. It is what the client is asking for. Pero sa'yo, parang you only spent like, 2 hours to build it. See?
Yeah.
Just see what is relative there and check your emotions pagdating sa portfolio because sometimes we fall victim to that. And this happens to many, not just web designers, ladies and gentlemen. Karamihan ng mga involved ang art like
Mm.
photographers, videographers, kaya mga digital manipulators. Pag emotionally invested ka, you think it's the prettiest in the whole universe, pero technically it's not what the client is asking for. So you gotta take a look at that. I have a question for you, Jefferson. A while
Yes.
ago you mentioned that you had the top score in written in your application form, like in your written
Mm.
exam, right? But
Yes.
when it came down to the interview, you failed. Do you remember the reason why they didn't let you through the interview?
Yes, sir. First is I was really hungry because I was there since 1 p.m. up until 8 p.m. I was the last applicant to be interviewed, and it's really cold. I'm not really used to the AC before, so I'm shaking. So my mouth can't really open that much because it's really cold in the room where
Mm-mm.
we had the interview. But then, yeah, they decide to like fail me on the interview. But upon seeing or double checking my profile, yeah, I had the first. I mean the top score for the computer exam by that time.
This
So
is why I like the process of freelancing, especially in platforms like Upwork. Kasi ladies and gentlemen, usually ang resume natin, pag mag-apply tayo sa corporate, yung resume natin, tinatapon lang, parang, oh, sige na,
Mm.
nakuha ko yung number mo, let me just call you. And then, ang parang, the real exam is during your interview. Doon yun
Yes.
na makikita kung whether you are hired or not. But, I like that in platforms, sa cover letter pa lang natin, yun na ang babasahin nila. Babasahin nila and that is where they will assess whether they are interested in you or not.
Yeah.
So at least at least makikita na kung ano ang asset mo with your written form. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, pagdating sa freelancing, if you're going to apply for jobs in different platforms, it is very important that you have good habits in writing your cover letter. Hindi katulad ng offline na resume is like taken for granted. Kahit anong
Yeah.
pinaghirapan mo, blood, sweat, and tears, itatapon lang talaga yan ng HR. Hindi papansinin yan ng HR. But in freelancing, your cover letter is the real step through the door, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And this, if you are good in written form, kasi marami sa ating mga Pilipino itong mahiyain pagdating sa interview, but in
Mm.
written form, we are excellent.
Yes.
Gamitin nyo yan because it will definitely give you the chance. I am so sorry, Jefferson, that happened to you, because kung tutuusin,
Yes.
you have this, you have assets, you have this confidence, and you are well skilled in communication, but it just so happened na the environment just
Yeah.
went up against you. Yeah.
Mm.
But again, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to learn from what Jefferson experienced. Why did he fail his interview? Let's just say it that way. Why did he fail
Mm.
his interview? It's not because of his skills. It's because of the environment affecting him. Yeah. Take note of that. Dahil kung kayo itong nervyosin pa, yung konti pa ang kapal ng mukha, hindi pa masyadong makapal ang mukha, pag kayo yung taong yon, pagdating sa video interview, as much as possible, you try to eliminate anything that will cause you discomfort. For example, sabi ni Jefferson, from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m., nagutom siya. Huwag niyong
Mm.
hayaan ang sarili ninyo na magutom before interview. Ayan,
Mm.
air condition kaya nag-dry ang mouth niya. Huwag niyong hayaang mag-dry ang mouth niyo. Always have a glass of water right beside you. Mag-sip-sip kayo ng glass of water. But don't gulp dahil baka mamaya in the middle of interview, naiihi kayo. See, just take care of yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Make yourself comfortable pagdating sa video interviews. Kasi, yun nga, personality ninyo ang dapat ninyong ilabas. Dahil kung ninenervyos na nga kayo, tapos gutom pa kayo, tapos giniginaw kayo, naiihi kayo, tapos dry ang mouth ninyo, what's gonna happen to you? Definitely, magre-respond ang katawan ninyo at hindi kayo makakapagsalita ng maigi. Just like what happened to Jefferson here. But I love that,
Yes.
I love, ladies and gentlemen, that kahit papaano, hindi natumba si Jefferson despite getting through those failures. In fact, kung tutuusin, proud na proud pa nga si Jefferson, because after all,
Mm.
in written form, siya ang top-notcher. And that, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, is something that that each and every one of us have. Kasi nga si Jefferson, wala siyang BS degree. Wala siyang BS degree, and yet mataas ang scores niya pagdating sa written form. And as you can see, very fluent siya sa English. There's something that you
Yes.
mentioned, Jefferson, that is quite interesting to me. You said your client helped you get your own new PC.
Yeah.
Yan ang mga gusto natin, 'di ba, ladies and gentlemen? Gusto natin kung pwede si client bilhan tayo ng bagong iPhone 14, 'di ba? O, 'di ba? 'Di ba mga sana all mahal ang PC, Uh, do you have tips on making our clients buy us our own
Um.
PCs then, Jefferson?
Yeah. Yes. Actually, sir. What happened is I have this PC for 3 years now, and lately I've been experiencing blue screen. So I've already bought a new PSU, a new SSD. Still, it keeps on happening, and then install new OS. So what we did is I asked my client if we can upgrade. So yeah, he sent funds, and we'll be getting the new graphics card tomorrow, as well as a new motherboard and casing, and the rest I'll shoulder it myself. what's really important is those new parts that we will be installing in our PC will be long term because I really need that for the job. So yeah, I'm just thankful sa client because he really invested in me, and yeah, that's what I'm thankful because we have plans on making great things. This is an Australian client, by the way, and yeah. So yeah, I'm just really excited to for that journey for me and my client.
I am so excited for that. Yeah, yan ang mga masasarap kasi, ladies and gentlemen. If you happen to land a client who is generous and understanding. See, ladies and gentlemen, yung kikil-kikil na yan, yung ugali natin na sana bigyan ako ng bagong graphics card. It actually works, but it depends on how you approach your client, because your client wants you to
Yes.
improve. Your client wants his or her business to be smooth. Kaya kung merong
Mm.
mga hiccups here and there at able naman siya na plantsahin, they will do
Mm.
that. It's a matter of how you communicate with your clients. Para sa akin,
Yes.
personally, I don't like it if Filipino freelancers do the PT, the
Mm.
kawawa naman
Yeah.
ako, or ay may pinapagawa ka pero ang hirap po kasi ang kupad ng computer ko. It's
Yeah.
medyo. Now, what you can do instead of that, yung paawa effect, ladies and gentlemen, is
Yeah.
you introduce improvement. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? I can do this faster if I have a better graphics card. Kasi hanggang dito lang talaga ang limit ng
That's
computer ko. You can, right?
that's what I did before, sir. Yeah.
Oh, oh, naman pala. Naman pala. See, ladies and gentlemen, that is how it works. You give suggestions of how to improve your output, and they will
Yeah.
understand. Ganun ba ang kailangan mo? Sige, anong klaseng graphics card ba ang kailangan mo? If they don't
Oh,
understand anything about computer, they will just ask you, how much do you need?
how much? Yeah.
Pag minsan gano na lang, right? So it's there, ladies and gentlemen. Do not try to avoid um presenting problems to your clients. Instead, we are problem solvers nga, di ba, ladies and gentlemen? So if you found a problem or some parts of his or her business to improve, then why not suggest? If that space to improve happens to be in your department, like you need a better camera, or you need better graphics card, or you need
Yes.
another computer or a different monitor. Pag ganon, if that is the solution to the problem, then for improvement, I mean to say, then yun, i-present ninyo, sabihin ninyo na it could be better if we
Yes.
have this. Instead of saying, I cannot do this because makupad ang computer ko. Mararamdaman ng client yan na, ay nako, nagaano ito, nagaano ito,
Nagpaparinig.
humihingi ng free. Yeah. And that is not a good character, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yeah.
ayan, I'm glad that is what Jefferson actually did. Now, speaking of clients, Jefferson, uh forgive me for going back to this topic, but with having multiple clients, aside from, you already have clients and then you're doing some side projects and stuff,
Mm.
I don't want you to talk about having massive clients. I know kasi yun nga, we're trying to keep it on the down low here, but
Mm.
I'm very interested on your client management. I said time management issue ito because having more
Mm.
clients mean that you need to prioritize and whatnot. So how do you, instead of time management, how do you client manage?
Yes. So what I mentioned earlier, sir, is the current clients are the priority, and then the side gigs or after shift will be the ones, the secondary ones. And based from my experience on my team before, if we just really see the specs of the project, we can really estimate how many weeks, days we can finish this project. So instead of applying for other full time, we are not doing that because I already have one. And then for the other clients is they're just project based or one time projects where my team is really helpful in accomplishing those projects. And I'm really proud that for right now, sir, since 2014 up until now, the team that I have is really helping me, like achieving success. And we're really aiming for a bigger audience this year, up until not up until next year, starting this year, once we have all the things that we need for the business for our startup.
Wow. I'm intrigued because you kept on emphasizing on your team. Especially
Mm.
marami kang shinout out na team members mo, and I do admire that you have built a strong team. Matanong ko nga sa'yo, because in many cases, people have this idea that if you are a freelancer, you work alone, you stand alone. What
Mm.
made you decide to build your own team instead of going solo?
Before, sir, way back 2013 up until 2014, I was a one-man team. And if you would believe that I worked with five full-time clients that time. So morning shift up
Ouch.
until 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. So yeah, that's the first time that I got that kind of money. So I was really like, oh, I need more money. So I keep on applying, and I get the job. But then, my body really is, telling me, you should stop. So yeah, that's one of the reason why I outsource. And I trained personally my first designer, which is who is my right hand designer right now, Paul Vincent Bagasala. And then 2017, my right hand dev right now, who's really better than me, Paul Jan Batuigas. So, and from there, they are training those team members who are about to join the team. Because again, I'm really focused on working with a client and then getting client side job for our startup. So yep, it's just a matter of
I am
outsourcing.
there that's the part that I'm getting more and more interested in, because you seem to have a very functional team right now. Ladies and gentlemen, pasensya na kasi medyo papasok na tayo sa medyo advanced part ng ng freelancing, which is outsourcing already. And I
Yeah.
hope that you appreciate this knowledge that I want Jefferson to impart with you, because this is something that you might do in the shortest amount of time. Actually, pag once na nag-succeed na kayo sa freelancing, you will ask yourself, okay, so what's next? Sasabihin yung ganon. So, please forgive us kung medyo advance itong topic na ito, but I want
Mm.
Jefferson to talk more about relationship with a team. You say, Jefferson, when you build yourself as a freelancer, you tend to depend on yourself only, because that is what we teach,
Yes.
right? That is what we tell people. You have to be self-reliant. So when
Mm.
should you start entertaining the thought of outsourcing?
Um, One of the things here is the first one is I need extra hand to help, and the other thing is my current team members they're really having trouble looking for a job or a corporate job in Cebu, but they're really good.
Mm.
It's just a matter of the interview. Especially, for example, Paul, I'll make you an example. Um, my right hand developer right now, Paul, my cousin. So I think he mentioned to me he applied more than 20 companies in Cebu, but he's having hard time with the communication, which I had before. That's why I failed the interview with Convergys. And if you can't really believe the expertise that Paul has, it's just a matter of the other HRs are putting you down by just just measuring your fluency with English. But when we talk about technical skills, you know Paul really surpassed the other candidates for sure, because he is also a top achiever way back in college. And my right hand designer, Paul as well, Paul Vincent, like he's also an undergrad, but he's also a perfect example from a BPO to freelancing, because I asked him to quit BPO, focus and work with
Mm-hmm.
me. So from
Mm-hmm.
2014 up until now, he's been working with me with the clients. So yeah, number one is we the helping hand, an extra hand, I need that, and I'm helping them get a job by just working at home, which they are not able to do if they applied for corporate jobs, because there's really a lot of I can say the HRs are really strict. So I experienced that as well before, which is for me it's really bad. So yeah.
You're trying to give them a soft blow para sa akin kasi ano they gotta stick up their butt. That's how I describe it because really a lot of them ask unnecessary questions and irrelevant questions even which I guess hindi ko sila ma-fault, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes the
Mm,
HR they were trained to be like that. So
yes.
we cannot blame them sometimes because it's their
Yes.
job to be that bad.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be HRs kung hindi sila ganon.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Sorry
let's
for the
be.
term, sir. Yeah. Actually, what I'm trying to say is my for my bad experience, because I encounter like, you're an undergrad, we don't need you, like especially in corporate
Mm.
jobs. It's really a number one factor that you cannot apply for promotion if you're an undergrad, for the
Ugh.
jobs. Yep. I've experienced that a
Yes.
lot of times. Yep.
And that
But
is
yeah.
that, ladies and gentlemen, is part of a company's policy. Hindi yan kasalanan ng HR, ladies
Mhm.
and gentlemen. Well, let's try not to blame the HR so much. Although, pag minsan meron nga silang attitude, but
Oo,
they
marami.
they just happen to yeah they just happen to be trained that way para hindi sasama ang loob natin, and so we try not to be too bitter about our experiences. Let's just assume
Mm.
na well they are paid to be that way, they are paid to be that way, so hayaan na lang natin
Oh yeah,
anyway.
that's actually
And
just my experience. But
yeah.
when it comes to online HR, 10 out
Mm.
of 10, wala talaga akong issue. When it comes to freelance, masyado silang mababait, and merong iba na I've heard experiences na they were put down, but of all the HRs I work or I talk since 2013, wala talaga akong problema. For me, like I was just referring to my bad experience with corporate jobs. Like, yeah, I understand they're doing their job, but it's really for example, if you're a first time applicant, sir, it will really make you depressed or feel bad for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's why,
Mm-hmm.
yep, that's
This
just
is
an
true.
example. Yeah.
This is true. Nakaka-degrade ng pagkatao, especially
Yep.
how they dismiss you and how they reject you is just
Yep.
quite not so good. It's very insensitive pag minsan kasi they really are going to tell you flat out na yung you will
Mm.
feel like you are a worthless person. That's why I feel sorry for your right hand here who has been through 20 rejections sa Cebu. Imagine how many times na broken heart siya, ano. So
Yeah.
I am so glad that you started building this team. Okay, balik tayo sa team,
Yes, sir.
building your team, because I do want our audiences to realize that just building an agency isn't that simple. It's not that simple because look, with Jefferson he started with just one person and then slowly built up his team. Hindi siya basta nag-aspire na malaking agency ang gagawin niya, because
Mm.
when it comes to building a team you also need to watch over their personality. Was there an area, Jefferson, in the progress of building your team, was there an area where you said, Sandale, I think this is a little bit too much. Were there any problems that you went through as a team that was a little bit discouraging to you?
So far, none, sir, because I manage them myself, and if there are, my process is if we have projects, we really need to what do you call it? Have a meeting with the team so we can brainstorm. And then I usually ask questions, especially for my cousin Paul. Is this doable? How long? Because the issues will arise, sir, if you immediately jump into doing the project without gathering information from your team, which you also need to consider, because they will be the one who will do the task. So you should be transparent on, oh, how many hours will this be finished, so something like that. So far never had any issues with my team because again, it's really a matter of me, putting making hands-on help with them, especially if there are things that are not clear.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the success and smooth flow of a company relies on the person at the top. Kung sino ang leader, kung sino ang manager, kung sino ang president man ng anumang organization dyan, it is really a heavy burden, ladies and gentlemen, because if you are not careful with each step you take, chances are mag-aaway-away ang team ninyo. If, even
Yes.
even outside and even sa freelancing, if there is a team, may nabalitaan ako recently, may nabalitaan ako na ang politics dinala na natin sa freelancing. Ang politics, and that is something that that is something that we heavily avoid sa corporate, because sa corporate nga, di ba, we have to play politics in order to survive there.
Yeah.
And salamat sa freelancing, we avoided that. We don't have to play that game. But now, a lot of you, because of whatever team that is built, you are
Mm,
playing politics. And this, ladies and gentlemen, should be nipped in the bud by the head. Eto si Jefferson.
mm,
It's good, Jefferson, that you are carefully monitoring your team,
mm.
so that walang ganyan, walang siraan, walang lasonan, walang
Wala. Mm.
walang ganon. That
Yeah.
is good. I love that you said so far it has been going well. But when it
Yeah.
comes to distributing tasks, how do you do it?
Um, whoever's available, sir, and then if for example, because with our side gig, they're really the one doing that because I'm really focused on my clients. I just get a percentage of what we'll be getting for that. Because again,
Mhm.
it's really not ideal that you get the most of the percentage because you're not doing that. I'm just giving them the task. And I believe in, karma. So whatever you do, because my team wouldn't be here for this long time if I'm not a good example to them, or whatever is we're having right now, we need to make sure it's a win-win situation. So yeah, and plus during free time, we usually spend playing together as a team, like Dota or anything that we talk about outside the job, because it's really not just working. We also need to consider that we are also humans, that we have needs, and we also need to relax sometimes. And I actually just bought Paul a coffee maker because he usually go late at night to 7-Eleven to just drink coffee. So I decided to give him on our team there coffee maker because I already have one here at home. So yeah, he can save now rather than buying coffee in 7-Eleven.
Oh, that's so nice. I like that. You see, ladies and gentlemen, if you perform, kahit na Pilipino ang ano natin, ang boss natin, kung kung magpo-perform ka talaga ng maigit, nagkataon na yung nakuha mong boss mo is somebody who is very, very lenient, someone who is very, very considerate, then there you go. You still get stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Ako, ayoko talaga sa Pilipino kasi medyo na-trauma na ako, but there are plenty of freelancers who succeeded so high that they are starting to hire Filipino freelancers as well. And these are the
Yeah.
good people, ladies and gentlemen. These are the good people. Hanapin natin yung mga ganitong klaseng clients kasi galing din sila sa lugar natin. So they understand our struggle. They know what we are going through, and they know what we want for ourselves. Kaya maganda na pag natsambahan ninyo yung ganyang klaseng client, then go for it and stick with it and try to again over deliver. Try to give as much as you can para makita rin nila ang potential nyo. Jefferson, yeah, speaking of potential, with regards to your team, whenever you see a potential of a team member, do you intend to build them? Like if you see somebody who is good at a different skill, would you recommend them to improve on it, or give them tasks for it, or maybe even offer
Yes.
some classes for them? Yeah.
Yes. one example is we purchased a Shopify course. Sir, this is not the best course, but yeah, it's enough for now. But the main target for me and my team for is to, I think it's John. Like he has a course for Shopify, and then
Mm,
he it's 37,000 if I'm not mistaken. So we need to chip in. I think
mm,
I'll provide certain amount. Paul will provide. Rod will provide. Because at the end of the day,
mm.
sir, all the things that we need is there. That course is like the pinnacle of the Shopify developers, but it's expensive.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Somebody quote that, please. Able ka, ano, intern, paki-quote yung sinabi ni Jefferson then, because that's beautiful. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second time that I interviewed somebody who mentioned about um, should we say paluwagan? Paluwagan ba ang tawag dyan? No, I think contribution, that the whole team contributing for the education of one member. Because with that,
Mm,
ladies and gentlemen, aangat yung buong team. Aangat
yeah.
yung buong team. Dapat ganon ang mentality natin. Hindi yung ako lang, ako lang, ako lang, ako lang. Well, if you are in a team and you work well with this team, you have to think for the team. Kaya kung if you think that you deserve to take some classes, then maybe you can propose to your team if they can help you out. Or kung
Yeah.
meron namang ibang member dyan sa team ninyo whom you think should improve, then perhaps you can suggest at pwede kayo chip in. Why? Because all of you will benefit. All of you will reap the fruits of your investment anyway. You are investing on your own team. You're investing
Yeah.
on your future as a whole group, not just for yourself. And that is quite rewarding, actually, ladies and gentlemen. Kasi pag may group of people who contributed some money for your education, wouldn't you find yourself accountable for that? Di ba? Syempre parang nakakahiya naman, scholar ako ng isang buong team, dapat pagbutihan ko ang mag-aral. Something like
Uh,
that, at least. If you have a good heart, then yeah, yun ang isa sa mga magtutulak sa'yo to improve even further and faster. If you are that kind of
yep.
person, ladies and gentlemen, masarap ang may nasa team. Now, how
Yep.
does one get discovered and become a team member, Jefferson? If, for example, in your eyes, since you are the team builder, what would what should a freelancer do to catch your eye?
First thing is I really ask what they love doing. First, would be, do you love designing or coding? So that's really important because, again, by just doing what you love, sir, it's a point because sometimes you have this job, a high paying job, but you don't like it, or you're just forced because, again, it's a high paying job. Well, for me, I'm a developer and a designer. I love both, so that's fine with me. But for my team, wherever they are really comfortable working as a designer or developer, that's where we will really focus. Especially my little brother that's also here. Yeah, I'm actually using the laptop right now for from him because, again, I will be getting my new PC tomorrow. That's why
Hmm?
my mic is really kind of like having issues lately, sir. I'm just using my laptop. But again, going back to the question is, um whatever he likes will go there. But if we are done with the design part and he wants to excel or try new things, well, yeah, we should proceed with web development, and that's what I did with Paul before. Paul John, my right hand. That he knows how to design, and then he knows how to code. But as you know, as the clients are more into development right now, I asked him to focus with development, not design.
Absolutely perfect. That's great. That's great. I am so I really wish that we could continue our interview here, Jefferson,
Yes,
especially
sir.
on your style. Your style of managing people is something that I'm very much intrigued of, because you seem to be down to earth to me. To me, you are quite down
Yeah.
to earth, and I love that with that character of yours, you're still managing a team. Karamihan sa mga team builders, mga medyo medyo kailangan mataas ang pride, kailangan with this
Uh,
presence na kailangan silang magmayabang, because that is
yes.
kind of a character of somebody who is building a team. But for you, you are down to earth, you are a humble guy, and you are able to successfully manage a team. That's why I'm so interested in your on how you did it and your habits. So I am hoping,
Yeah.
Jefferson, that unfortunately we ran out of time, but I hope that we
Yes,
get
sir.
to do this again some other time. Do you think so?
Sure. Yes, for sure,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, okay. That's good. I'm so glad that you said that. Ayan, ladies and gentlemen, I know that many of you audiences are a family of Jeffersons. So thank you very much for joining us tonight
Thanks,
as well.
guys.
But let me go to Jefferson. Jefferson, in many cases, I ask our my guests to advertise as much as they can. So ayan, kung
Yes.
meron kang i-advertise, meron kang i-shoutout, I know you have been doing that already from the beginning, but
Yes.
sige, this is the time to do that. Go.
Yeah, first of all, Sir Phoenix, this one, designer devs, this is where it all started. Like Paul Vincent and Paul John, my cousin, we were the pioneers for this, and I was the one who, like, come up with this name, designer and devs. But then again, the other thing that I want to advertise here is the development side, which is PinoyEcommerceBuilder.com. It's really more on Shopify development, and that's where we get most of the clients for Shopify for our side gigs. And then the other, sir, is my the startup that we are planning to help Cebu businesses like resorts or startups like sobobiyahe.com. We also have a page, sobo.biyahe. I think we're road to 130K followers right now, and we are aiming to have a lot of followers by offering free postings. But then again, that's already in hand, and we just acquired our partner printer in Cebu. It's M&M Print Shop. I wasn't able to provide the link, but that's fine. And they will be the one who will do all our merch. And we are doing the design. They will be the one printing. It's just near our location. So we're really happy to have them. And we're just really waiting for the BIR or business permits, sir, because there are a lot of big names in Cebu or businesses that already reach to us that wants to collaborate or advertise their business. So that's really what we're excited. And Cebu BI will be the main channel to do that in Cebu. And yeah, of
Wow.
course,
That's
thanks, Miss Carmi. The my YouTube channel, I built this a year ago, if not I'm not mistaken, but I didn't have the time to upload the tutorials. But hopefully, maybe if not this year, next year, I'll be uploading the easiest way to learn web development and web design from my experience without having to go with the beating around the bush thing. It will be direct to the point. That's what I applied with my team.
I love that. I love that. Avoiding beating around the bush, ladies and gentlemen, kasi yan ang problema sa sa ibang mga YouTube channels eh.
Yep.
It's a lot more talk than do. Kaya
Yes.
pag minsan pag minsan it gets me irritated sometimes if YouTubers talk so much, like they talk for 3 minutes just to talk
Yeah.
about what they are going to do instead of doing it already. Kaya
Yes. That's right.
thank goodness ang YouTube may pa skip pa kung na you have
Oh,
that ability to do that. But again, I
yep.
hate it when content creators attempt to waste my time with unnecessary stuff. Kaya ayan,
That's right.
I love that this is Jefferson's practice. Ayan, Jefferson,
Yep.
with your whole experience, especially from your offline experiences, kasi matindi yung offline experience mo, at least kahit papaano, your online experience was adventurous. It's good. It's
Yes.
interesting. It's flavorful. I love that you've been through that. Uh, but with all your experiences, Jefferson, what's the kind of the lesson in life that you would like to give to our audiences for today?
For me, sir, do what you love, stay humble, because again, I started from a small beginning, and my mindset right now, sir, if not this year, maybe next year, Cebu Biyahe
Ah,
or our team will be known here in Cebu. That's actually already been manifested because I had this team that I planned since 2011. I started in 2014 and I was able to do that up until now. So that's my next target, like making Subu Biyahe and our team, a unknown entity here in Cebu.
you know what? You're already there. You're already there. So BR na
Yes.
lang talaga ang kulang dyan. You're already there. To
Yes, sir.
tell you the truth, you're already there. Nandyan ka na. Kasi, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes plans just have to halt. They have to pause. But once you start, it's boom, nandiyan na,
Yeah.
nag-spread na talaga ang reach mo. So whatever happens to your projects, ladies and gentlemen, to Jeff and to everybody else who have their projects withheld, just keep on promoting your projects. Kasi once na ni-launch ninyo, ready na ang buong mundo para tignan kung ano man ang
Yeah.
ginagawa ninyo. Like
That's right, sir.
with Jeff, he is more focused on Cebu, which I also like. I like that
Mm,
his focus is very isolated in Cebu. Yan.
mm,
Kasi ladies and gentlemen, if you isolate whatever your projects are, if you isolate it, you get to help the community within that area. Kita nyo
yes, sir.
naman, Jeff is a very helpful person, and I love that he wants to build a better Cebu. What about
Yes,
you,
sir.
ladies and gentlemen? Tignan ko nga kung ano naman ang future na magagawa ninyo para sa area ninyo. And not just your family, not just yourself, but what about your area? Which that is something that I really really wish that people would do more. Kasi alam niyo ang pag-angat natin sa dito sa Pilipinas, hindi karga ng iisang tao na iaangat ang buong Pilipinas. It is up to us,
Yeah.
really, ladies and gentlemen, to take these small steps to improve our economy. Malaking responsibilidad yan sa atin for us who are getting a better income out of freelancing. Yeah, that
Yes,
is
sir.
something that is a higher calling, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope that you get encouraged with Jefferson here. Jefferson, my last question is there anything you'd like to talk about that I missed?
I think that's it, sir. And I'm just really thankful, especially to God, that I didn't realize that I'll be here, sir, because as I mentioned, I'm an undergrad, no future. That I'm not really thinking of the future before, but by the time that I got my, we had our first kid, our daughter, everything changed. Because again, money talks. You need to really provide for your family, and that's one of the important thing why I'm doing freelance job.
I congratulate you for your journey. I congratulate you for a lot of things that you have done in your freelancing journey because you never stopped. There may be hurdles and disappointments that went your way,
Yes,
whether offline or online, but you still kept on going and going and going, and that is something that I admire from you. So, ladies and
thanks, sir.
gentlemen, na may nabanggit si Jefferson, I would like to put my focus on his right hand here, who failed an interview offline 20 times. Heartbreaking yan. Alam ko yan. Heart masakit. Alam natin yan, ladies and gentlemen. We as freelancers had to deal with rejections as well. So we know how it feels when somebody crushes your dreams
Yeah,
every single time for 20 times. That is so bad, really. But there you see, ladies
yeah,
and gentlemen, just because you failed in offline doesn't mean that you are a failure. The only
yes, sir.
thing that failed here is the people, because it's the people who failed you simply because you weren't fluent in English, or maybe ninervyos ka lang sa interview mo, or just with these
Mhm.
tiny little things that they had to pick on you is the reason why they failed you, they rejected you. That, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't mean that you are a failure, because here in freelancing, ladies and gentlemen, it is up to you to showcase what you are good at, and people will see you as you show them. Right, ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen? Kaya malaking pasalamat ko dito sa freelancing, ladies and gentlemen, because just like Jefferson, who isn't a degree holder, I myself am not a high school graduate. Even hanggang grade 7 lang ako, ladies and gentlemen. And
Mm.
I am so proud that kahit papaano, we are still earning dollars. Sometimes we are even earning better than our
Yes.
counterparts, or even earning even better than those who have graduated and have gone through so many tasks as well, which I give respect to them. Itong mga diploma holders din, I give respect to them. But I am giving hope to each and every one of you who thinks that you are not enough only because society says so. Come and
Yeah.
join freelancing, ladies and gentlemen. Give yourself a chance. Hope to see you again next time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.